when you get to know Englewood, when you come inside of Englewood, when you get to meet and experience the people, the love that people actually have, the people that's actually fighting to change the narrative, to make the community better, to keep it cleaner, make it safer, then you realize that it's people and communities that have issues everywhere. But Englewood is no different than everybody else. So. Pretty much around 2012, a kid got killed that started from a hip hop, just a rap beef in Englewood. And so I was actually in Atlanta for a few weeks recording, and I got a call from a few different people. And when I came back just to see kind of what was happening, like I just really took a step back and just was really looking at what was going on, and I wanted to do something positive. I didn't know what to do, exactly how to do it.
I saw him on Facebook and he was doing a turkey drive, and I'm like, okay, I got turkeys, you know, if we doing stuff in the hood, yeah, let me give you some turkeys. And so I was like, dude, like, if you need help, let me know, because this is what I've been doing. This is what my grandfather instilled in me, that it's not about you, it's about how many people you can help.
When I first began doing these events, and like the Thanksgiving events and the spring break stuff, the winter stuff, the giveaways, she would always reach out and support. She would donate and just always ask me if there's anything she could do, just let her know. And so in 2016, when I decided to start thinking outside the block, I took her up on her offer. She sees things one way, I see things a different way. She's calculated, data-driven. I'm gut feeling, this makes sense, it feels good.
I see numbers, I see data, I see statistics. I'm like, okay, this makes sense to me. And when I started helping, I was like, okay, but we can improve this process. Like
some kind of way, we always seem to, you know, come together and make it work. And it's just been magical and an amazing experience. I wouldn't change it for anything in the world. Rolling Peace is an interesting story. I remember just kind of channeling back to that time when I was a kid. I thought about all of these different things. I thought about the fun that we had being able to ride. I just channeled my inner child, and not only the fun that we had, but also just the fact that some kids didn't have bikes and just the different things. And so it made me think about like a car show, like how people kind of line up and look at cars. And so it was like, I think I can make this thing cool. Not only that, I think I can bring people together, regardless of whatever that thing is that separates people, ethnic background, culture, age, differences, political, religion, whatever it is. Cycling felt like this thing that could, you know, overpower all of those barriers.
So the first one, it turned out with a couple hundred people. It was beautiful. It was so beautiful to see all those people come together from the area and just ride around. Then we had the second one, the third one, and it just grew and grew and grew.
When law enforcement came to the site before we pulled off, the interactions with them, this for a lot of people told me that this was their first time having a positive interaction with law enforcement. And so that's kind of how that began, and we've been doing it twice a year ever since. And we literally have grown. Like Juneteenth, 2021 will be our 7th Rolling Peace bike tour through the greater Englewood community. And we've literally grown from 200 to over 1,000 participants. People are literally flying into Chicago to do this ride. They're riding their bikes from as far as Rogers Park to Englewood on their bikes to do this ride.
So empirical data shows that where you have organizations that are involved in violence prevention and they're community-based, you can reduce violence by 1.7%. So that's what I'm aiming at. I'm aiming at that 1.7%. It's starting with singular events, but the goal is to give them something to do on a consistent basis where we can then show that the work that we're doing is directly impacting our community and bringing violence down. So as we mentioned before, CPD has told us that during the day of the events, we have 0 reports of violent crimes in Englewood in the 7th District, which is a phenomenal statistic considering that this past year has been an uptick in violent crimes in the community due to the pandemic.
We've been able to educate people around healthy, just living a healthier lifestyle, exercising, healthy eating tips. We've given thousands of children bikes. We've been able to now expand and go into our trauma awareness programming and different things with cycling, bike mechanics, and just teaching our youth skills to just, provide better, provide more opportunity for them and different ways for them to be able to create currency to, give them the opportunity to think outside of, their environment. So
being from Englewood is not negative. It's one of the best things that could ever happen to me. There's nobody else who's more qualified to do it than we are because we live here and we know what we need. We just need the resources to get it done. So giving the opportunity for you to not only invest in this community, but be a part of it. That's the goal.